today about our posture, and it's so important, our posture and how we look after that. So we can do things like having a good setup of when we sit down. So when we're on a chair, we don't want to really slouch into the chair, rounding through our back. That's what happens here. I'm putting pressure on all the vertebrae here, and if we're folded forward like this, and we're sitting down lots, the front muscles get really tight because they're in this flex position. So these become really tight, the back muscles become really weak. And we really want to just begin to, because what happens, because this muscles get really tight, you see this gets really loose, and we want to begin to strengthen through our core muscles to support us and help us get into a better posture. And to do that as well, we can change our daily habits as to how we sit, how we hold ourselves. And one of the great tips, I had a lady today who said, I'm struggling so much with cleaning my teeth. She can't bend over to clean her teeth. Well, you don't need to bend over to clean your teeth. I've not done it for years. My mum suffered from her back and neck. She's got a condition called dystonia, which causes involuntary spasms to the neck. Just put a little bit of toothpaste on your brush and you can stand up straight and clean your teeth. When you've finished, you can spit into a glass and pop that into the sink. So there's absolutely no need to stay in that over flexed position, and quite rounded shoulder, need a better posture. Yeah, don't we all? We all need that better posture. And we want to stretch out all the tight muscles, especially if you're rounded shoulders. Stretch out through the chest, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep that core engagement, belly drawn in, and have all our muscles working as well as we can. But when we're in pain, when we're in back pain, it can be frightening to exercise. It can be frightening to move. So comment as well if you do regular exercise or if you don't do regular exercise, if you're too afraid to do it, or perhaps you go to exercise classes but you struggle after. So we're talking about the core, and the main one tip that I want to give you, that I give so many people who message and email me, is if your core is weak, please daily do the knee lift exercise. I'm always harping on about this knee lift exercise. I'll just show you again. So let's come down. So every day do this. So this is how you can assess your core. I'm just going to put this down on my mat. This is how you can assess if your core could be a problem. So your hands directly underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor and count. Count how long you can hold for. If it's less than 30 seconds, you definitely need work in your core. It's pretty weak. If it's under a minute, not so bad there at all, but could still do with some work. So we want that nice core strength. So every day, if you can, do that knee lift exercise. You'll be so surprised as to how that begins to strengthen out through the abdominal muscles, through that deep core, the muscles that help to support the spine and keep you in really good alignment. So Angela, you've commented to say you've got rounded shoulders and you need to improve your posture. Well, one thing you can do with that is open up through your chest. You could bring the hands together, bring the elbows together, and then draw the arms back, particularly just when you're at a desk and you're rounded through and you're noticing you're really, really rounded. Lift up, bring the hands together, lift up, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then taking the arms out to the side, draw the hands back, draw the elbows back, and bring the hands back together. So opening up through the arms, and then drawing the arms back together. So we're stretching out through the chest. And often that can be also a weakness. If we're tight and we're rounded, a weakness through the upper back. So we want to work to strengthen through that, which we can use weights to strengthen through. So I'd love to know how long you guys can hold your knee lift exercise for. Another way to really look after your posture is looking how you get down and up. How do you put on your shoes? Are you like this? Putting on your shoes rounded through your back. Much better to, if you can get down, take one foot back, drop the knee down, and then lean forward so you've got that nice straight back supported, and then do your shoelaces that way. And also be aware of if you're picking up something from the floor, well, you don't want to round and lift, especially if we don't know what weight the box is. So much better to come down, crouch down, if we can get there, that is. If our back's really bad, we might struggle. And then bend using your legs, using those muscles, the quads, the glutes, to lift and lengthen. So our legs are really important to be strong as well. Okay, so I'll give you a stretch as well. Oh, Angela, she's saying I can hold for 20 seconds. Yeah, not the best. But it's great because you've got this now. You know that your core could be influencing your back. So onto all fours, tuck your toes. Do this daily. Trying to keep a straight back if you can. So if you had a glass of water here, it wouldn't rock to one side or the other or round through. You try not to lift your knees too high, nice and low. And it's really great to just stretch out through this back as well by dropping down the buttocks towards the heels and reaching the forehead toward the floor. Of course, some people, the forehead won't reach to the floor, so just cross over your arms and rest the forehead on the backs of the hands. And then you can come up and down a few times. It's so easy. Just if you do it every day, take a note this week, 20 seconds. Can you stay committed for the next week to do that exercise at least once a day? If you could do it twice a day, that would be brilliant. If your wrists ache at all, make fist, lifting up and lowering down. So if anyone's got any questions for me now, that's on the live, pop it in the comments below and I'll see whether I can answer it for you. I know there's a little bit of a delay coming through, but I'm going to be coming live every day in this group, so you can catch up on my videos. You don't have to be there at the live time. So we've got yoga, we've got Pilates, breathing. I know historically people wanted some chair exercise, so if you still want that, let me know and I can see whether I can fit that in for you. So any questions that you ever have, please pop them in, ask me, and then I can address them there and then for you. So who's going to take the knee exercise and do it every day? If you're watching on replay, if you're watching live, comment in to say whether you can be committed to working on your body and doing that knee lift exercise every day. Because even things like, once you learn to engage those muscles, once those core muscles become stronger, and we did a video on this on Saturday or Sunday, when you begin to feel that engagement, and then at the beginning it's really hard to feel that engagement. You're drawing in, you're zipping up and hollowing, and you can't really feel it when you start off with. But it's those muscles just inside the hips. You cough, and if there's not too many layers there, you should feel those muscles maybe engaging, and that is those core muscles that we want to work. So when we're doing things like opening a heavy door, we want to learn to engage those muscles as we make that movement, as we make a heavy movement, as we're reaching, as we're picking up our shopping. We want to use that core strength to support us. We don't want to be rounding through the back, pulling our back. There's no secure, solid muscles there for us. So the core comes from the pelvis, it wraps all the way around the back of the body. This is the transverse abdominis. And then we've got multidifidus, I can never say it, which is around the spine. And then we've got some deep core muscles as well. And we want to work them, strengthen them together so we can be fit, well and healthy and move our body safely. So thank you so much for watching today. Rambled on a little bit today, I think. So